What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and y'all, things have taken a turn in the Steve Harvey, Mary Harvey saga. Mary Harvey is now on the attack against Essie Berry, her friend and former power of attorney, and Storm Monroe. Y'all know we got to talk about it. Like the video as the intro plays.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense. Hey, I love that. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense, boo.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Hey, I see you done made your way back over here on my page, looking and lurking. Yes, I know it's exhausting. She's still doing the same thing. She's still all that.
Still all that. Welcome, lurkers and all. Y'all, when I heard that Mary Harvey was threatening legal action against Storm and Essie, it caught me completely off guard. If you don't know who these players are, this is Steve Harvey's second wife, Mary Harvey. She's the one who alleged that Steve had taken her child from her. There's been all kinds of speculation. She did a lot of interviews. Essie Berry was her power of attorney and her friend and confidant who kind of held her up as things got really bad for her. Well, Essie did an interview with Storm Monroe recently, and now Mary Harvey is coming out swinging. So we are about to review. But I want to show you guys what it was like just a couple of years ago between Essie and Mary. Also, Geneva's Closet, a nice lady interviewed, or we did a collab. Super hilarious lady who was the one and only person who found Steve Harvey's alleged mistress's book and read it out loud. Check her out. Super funny lady. But this was Mary Harvey at the bottom, Geneva's Closet, and Essie Berry exposing Steve.
Stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. Mary done put her makeup on, got her hair done, looking all good. Y'all better leave her alone today. All natural people. She's keeping it all natural. But anyway, Mary, how are you doing, lady? How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
And we are so happy to see you, Mary.
Well, Geneva, I just wanted to thank you because I had done some video with a couple of networks and trying to tell my story my way. But before I signed off for the release, I wasn't really quite sure how they were gonna like cut it or do whatever they were gonna do without me being there. So I did sign the release, and I decided to talk to you, and this way I can control what I said, what I mean, and it not go into another context, you know? So I'm just grateful you let me come here and just tell my story my way and my words, which only I can do, based on the only truth that I know how to tell, and that's gonna happen tonight. So I just wanted to thank you for the platform, really, because so many people come and they say, well, we want to hear your story, but they're not really wanting to hear my story. Wanting to sensationalize my story and use it in a way that does not compliment me or the other characters in my life. And even though I have a lot to say, I'm not here to condemn anyone.
There you have it. This was in her own words. You would have thought that she was able to say exactly what she wanted to say. Essie Berry has kind of carried the torch for Mary Harvey. Now, I was told once I started doing some of these videos that because I had like a pretty accurate timeline of everybody who Steve had messed with or cheated on his wives with, that Mary might take offense with what I said because technically she was with him while he was married. But that hasn't happened yet, Mary. You're still welcome on this platform. But let's get into what she had to say about Storm, because this was a shocker to me. As far as I know, Storm only told what Mary had already released. So let's let you hear what he had to say in his own words.
Get right on into it. So Mary called me and she said, I just want to let you know that I know you've been talking to Essie, and I thought that Essie was my friend, but apparently me and Essie were never friends. Mary claims that all of those recordings that Essie has of her was recorded without her permission. Mary claims that she had no idea that she was being taped, and she thought that she was just venting to a friend. She went on to say that she regrets doing any interview, and she regrets ever talking to anybody because it didn't help bring her baby home, and there was no point. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think that you should regret it because it didn't necessarily bring your baby home. I just think that you should have fought harder for your baby. I think you should have been more focused on your baby. I think you should have been more focused on your baby. And by her baby, we're talking about Winton. You should.
Okay, so that was the initial thing. Mary is now saying that Essie is not her friend, even though she cut off contact with Essie. And Essie is still championing the cause for alleged abuse for her son. So I'm really not quite understanding at this point what has gone on, but let's continue.
She said, because she claims she never said it, even though we have it on recording. She also wants to know that she is not weak and to tell Essie that she will speak when she wants to speak. She said that I don't understand this vendetta that Essie has against Steve. And I got quiet for a minute. I said, And then she went on to say, Essie is just so obsessed with this and she won't let this go. And I don't know why. And I said, well, wait a minute. What about all the stalking and the bullying and the text messages and the YouTube videos made against her over the years and the doxing?
So basically what Storm is talking about is Essie Berry, after she started helping Mary, feels like she was targeted by Steve Harvey's people. So her life has been turned upside down. Mary has cut off contact with her. And now Mary is saying that Essie's the obsessed one, when I believe that there's still some legal issue in Texas where Essie can't show up to Texas without getting arrested. It's crazy, y'all.
And the fact that she had to change her life all because she was advocating for you, only for you behind the scenes on several different projects to say that Essie was nothing but ghetto trash and that you was just using her to fight your battles. You used Essie because you knew Essie had the backbone that you didn't.
It gets worse, guys. Like, let me let you hear exactly what Essie had to say after hearing what Mary had to say about her. Also, I will link Storm's full video because we can only go through a little bit of it, but it was a whole lot. Mary got read down by Essie. Essie took the gloves off.
Any of that shit. I don't think the Harveys will.
Why do you?
Storm said so much in this interview right now.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. How do you feel about Mary calling me and saying that you're a liar and not to trust you and that you're manipulative?
I felt sick on my stomach. It did something to me mentally because this is a woman that I fought for 10 years. I fought for Mary's son harder than Mary would fight for her own child. And let me tell y'all how.
Essie was definitely really hurt, and I could understand why she would be hurt. You take on a case where you're advocating for somebody who we all felt or feel was wronged, and now it kind of feels like Mary is saying that her and Steve are okay. That's what I'm getting, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So this was her initial response, but then she starts reading down. You could tell when the gloves went off with Essie. It's like when the lights went out in Georgia.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde fingernails. She went and got her little board. She had teeth. She ain't put, like, I ain't gonna call the blogger name, but there was a blogger who talked to me. And as soon as Steve Harvey people contacted her, she went and got her a new ponytail, a raggedy, it wasn't even human, bitch. You could have got a human one. Some raggedy ass Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde fingernails. She went and got her little board. She had teeth. She ain't put nothing on her lips. The shit looked like she had a ring around the lips. And you try to come for me? Really? So she thought that Storm would be that same sellout blogger, or she thought that Storm would run and tuck his tail and go get drunk like Tasha K did, or she thought that she could sit up here and maneuver the lies she has told for so many years. And she thought that now that she know I'm finna expose her ass, that we got to go to the hospital. I'm feeling bad. Essie Berry ain't my friend, but I've been your friend all this time, but I didn't want to be your friend because
what she's talking about was Storm got a message from Mary Harvey's sister that said, I just had to take my sister Mary to the emergency room. If anything happens to her, I'm blaming you and Essie. What? The story just gets crazier and crazier. Mary, I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to you. See what you have to say. Because I can't make sense of this yet, y'all.
Attorney. I know Steve paid the attorney $226 that Mary slobbed on the joystick, okay?
Now she's about to... This is a story that Mary allegedly told her. The gloves are off, and now Essie is spilling everything that Mary told her.
Mary had an attorney. I know Steve paid the attorney $226,000. When Mary had this white attorney, I guess 2007, whenever she had him, she didn't win. But Mary said she was sitting in a chair, and the dude walked up, unbuttoned his pants, and whipped his joystick out. And what did you do with it, Mary? Mary, you want to call to tell Storm what you did? Because you want to win the case, you did what? I'm listening. I want you to tell Mary, because how did that man get his ding-a-ling straight in your face like that because you was trying to win your case? Let's go tell your business now, Mary, since you want to tell all Steve stuff and put him out here. So you thirsty enough to do the same thing that you said Margie did. Oh, this finna get deep.
Okay. I told you guys she was not holding back at all. But this was interesting. This was an interesting little tidbit because it is how I felt. It almost sounds like she has turned a corner with Steve, and now Essie's the problem, not Steve.
On the phone, Mary said, she said, Storm, whether you believe it or not, there is no love lost between Steve and I. She said there is no bad blood.
Steve being the man who had her put in jail for child support a couple of years ago. Steve being the man who she alleges took all her money, although Steve alleges that Mary took his money. It's crazy.
So we all on this internet windmilling for you. And he done allegedly cheated you out of all your money in a divorce.
And you've made amends with him. Y'all, I told you it was going to get weird. I told you it was going to get weird. Now, the last story, I can't let Essie tell it because she uses the R word. But y'all, I had no idea that Mary Harvey had remarried. It was, I guess it was a well-kept secret, but she's remarried. And she allegedly told Essie about a plot because her husband didn't have money like Steve. He had like a normal job, like a nice paying job, like an electrician. But that wasn't enough for her. Allegedly, she told Essie that she was going to fake being the R word so that she could take the rest of this man's money. Y'all, it got crazy. Tell me who you believe in the comments. I will keep you guys posted because I'm sure the Steve Harvey saga is going to continue. I should be getting my book relatively soon, Snakes in the Garden from Tim Townsend, who I already interviewed. I'll also link that interview at the end of this. This is a whole mess, but I will be doing a book club review of Snakes in the Garden. I'm going to see you guys later. Have a good night. Oh, like the video.